Hi, I'm Rob Jellesed, Coldwell Banker of Pacwest Realty in Medford, Oregon. And I've been having a series of discussions with Renee Nelson of Pacwest Commercial Realty here in Eugene. Hi, Renee.
Hi, Rob. So let's talk about the due diligence process. So I'm a buyer. You've helped me find a home. The offer's been accepted by the seller, but now we need to do inspections. So what happens?
Okay, well, there's a couple critical inspections we need to do right away because we'll have a very short time frame to get them done and also to determine what the next cause or either remedy them or let them go or whatever the next steps are. But those inspections include the well, if it's a well on the property. Typically in rural properties there is a well, there's a septic system, and then there's obviously the normal pest and dry rot and a whole home inspection. Those are the big ones.
And typically in a residential deal, you have 10 business days to do all your inspections,
Right.
read the reports,
Right.
and then respond to a seller and say, hey,
Right.
we have an issue, or this looks great, we're going to go ahead and accept it.
Right. And really what we do is, like for realtors like myself, I have a list of people, inspectors that I know really well that can go in and get the inspection done very quickly and give you basically the bottom line on what the status of those individuals' services or utilities are. And if there is a problem, we can either go back to the seller and say, would you remedy this, or do you want to split the cost? Or if it's in a severe way that it doesn't look like an easy remedy, we may not choose to go forward. And we definitely can get out of escrow if those inspections don't go the way we want them to go. So we aren't at risk in any situation like this. We're still in a very good position.
Okay, so when you say get out of escrow, what does that mean?
So basically, if we decide to back out for no apparent reason, that money might be not returned back to us. But if we back out because there's factors beyond our understanding when we initially got into the contract, we can back out because it's cost too much or it's not feasible or we can't get what it is we wanted to get done. We can get our money returned to us.
And it's critical that you do that in the 10-day window or whatever you identify up front in the purchase agreement, correct?
Right. Usually the purchase agreement length is a realistic length that's reasonable if you're on top of it. What I have is a punch list of exactly what needs to be done and by what date it needs to be done by, and what cause and effect if that inspection doesn't pass, what we need to do to get a remedy for that. But basically it's all done in a punch list in a calendar, on a calendar that we track very closely during that time.
Okay, and in a whole house inspection, as an example, talk to me a little bit about what the inspector looks for.
Well, first of all, does the furnace work? Number one. Things like the furnace, the wood stove, is it certified properly? Is it vented properly? Is there any dry rot in the ceiling or in the floor? Is there any structural defects in the house itself? Anything that would incur any future costs of considerable magnitude would be revealed in that inspection report. A lot of times they look at electrical, making sure everything that was done, if there are second additions done to were they done under a permit, were they done in a legal way, all those things that might incur potential risk and liability in the future usually are drawn out in a whole house inspection report.
Okay, great. And then once you get that back and you review it, and then once it's accepted, let's say as a buyer, I say, yeah, I can live with that, that's good. What other inspections do I need to have? A roof inspection, or what do you think about?
Well, a whole house
What's
inspection
necessary?
might include a roof inspection. It depends on how old that roof is, and what the warranty on that roof is, and do they have documentation to support whatever time that roof has been in place. Usually in the rural areas, like outdoors like that, they usually are metal roofs, and those roofs are usually almost a lifetime warranty on them. But in case, roof inspection might be required if it's a shingle roof or a composite roof. And I would highly recommend you get it inspected just to be sure everything's all tightly put together for closing.
Okay, great. And then once you have all the inspections done, what's the final stages?
Well, the final stages are to basically make sure that the bank and the title company are on the same page as to what the progress is, arrange a title closing date with the title company, make sure the bank understands where the funds need to be wired to, all of the all of the nuances of the closing process and put those together in one meeting usually, which you should probably want to put on your calendar to show up and sign the papers.
And then you also need to talk to your insurance agent, right?
Right, and then, yeah, make sure you can get homeowners insurance, and usually you don't assume that you can get it, but usually you can either look at the same policy, or the company that's insuring it today for the seller probably will extend that policy to the buyer as well, or you can look around and find others if you don't like the rates that they're quoting you.
Okay, great. So when we come back, why don't we talk about the process that you take a seller through if you're going to list a property for sale? What do you think?
That sounds like a lot of good information we're going to give out. Hi, I'm Rob Jellesed of Coldwell Banker Pacwest Realty in Medford, Oregon, and this is my YouTube channel. I hope you find the content on here entertaining, informative, and enjoyable, and somewhat comical. Thank you for watching.